Hi, everybody. I don't have much to say. This is going to be a very short video, but a few things. One, keep working on what you're working on, commenting on the readings, do the response Padlet to the readings, and all that other stuff. And I've added some things to the assignment for this coming week. Let me share my screen. I'll show you here. Okay, I'm still working on the code of ethics, so it'll be done. Be sure to read the readings in Perusall, the language narratives, do the Padlet, post some language moments. And then for this next week, read and annotate the Unit 1 assignment sheet. I went over it quickly in class. This way you can leave me comments and questions if you want. And then for class in, not this week, but next week, on the 24th, there's several Padlets. Um, Come up with some ideas for your language narrative. You can just throw them out there and play with it because we'll workshop them some in class, so it doesn't have to be the final idea. But you should get some ideas from reading 10, watching Lysakat and Hassan, and just the language moments that you put in the Padlet that you're doing. So play with that, come up with something. You guys can make comments on it. Then in Perusall, this is what I've added. Listen to and or read the thing about shitty first drafts. And then there's a Padlet to respond to it. So let me show you this. Um, this is pretty, it's not very long. It's pretty straightforward. This is an audio of the thing. Um, and there's a there's a link to the print version is right here. So you can read the print version as she talks about it, or you can just go on and link to the print version anyway. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get Perusall to do both of them. So, um, so more importantly is that you then after you read it, go over to the Padlet and post a response to this prompt. How you feel about the idea of shitty first drafts? And uh, okay, sort of, how hard is it for you to get started? That's the big question. Is it's tough for everybody to start working on something. The cat is lying on my keyboard. Um, and so we'll just talk about that. Okay, so what does the idea of shitty first drafts do to your ability to get started with something? Okay, so those are the changes in terms of assignments for this coming week. Second thing is there's some really good comments in Perusall, the ones that I've read about the things that you read and watched. Be sure to have conversations with each other in there. It's a replacement for the discussion boards that we used to have on Blackboard. So comment, talk to each other, call each other by name. Um, there should be plenty of stuff to discuss on there. So be sure and comment on that and on the Padlets if you want to, or not if you want to, but you should. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is you'll notice and there are grades up. I'm not going to go there because I don't want to show everybody's grades, but if you'll look at it, there's a grade for the introductory unit, which is 5. If you did it, you get a 5. And I made some comments and feedback on them. It was mostly just comments on what you said. And then if you go over to participation, you'll see a participation grade. Now there are different numbers for different units. There's 7 for this one, for the introductory one, 9 for unit 1, 5 for unit 2, and 5 for unit 3. And essentially all I'm doing is checking off, did you do Padlets? Did you do Perusall? Did you do a survey? Did you send me journals through Discord or email? So if you're missing stuff, that's what I put in the feedback thing. So that's really all I have to say. Just be sure, like over here, to comment on the assignment sheet, which again I mentioned last time. So that's it. And that is all I've got for today and for this week. DM me or send me an email if you have questions. And other than that, I'll talk to you later. See you next week.